ladies and gents, I have got an interesting video to show you today. I mean, I'm recording an interesting video now, hopefully. Did I mess up my shaving? Whatever. Yeah, last time, if you remember, I made a inside my head video about a game that went like this. I will very quickly go through because yeah, it's not really that important now as in terms of what this video wants to show and tell you. So I went through the game. I played a reasonably okay-ish attack that eventually ended up in me winning my opponent's queen with this neat trick here. And later on, because I didn't think straight during the game, I in the analysis talked about the fact that a lot of amateur players would not even consider castling this way in their games and would instead castle here. And that would be, in my opinion, a poor choice in terms of strategy. For some reason, it just doesn't allow me to play moves, so I will put it in the... what? Yeah, never mind. So, yeah, if you choose to castle here, my greatest problem with this move is that... what is our plan now? Because granted, and I don't want to act and sound silly, we are better, right? So I put the rooks here, I jump into the center, blah, blah, blah. Crystal clear better position, right? No doubt. I'm dominating the center, but there is no crystal clear way to approach the position, which, by the way, is a particularly big problem of players at around the 2000 mark, that they develop their pieces, they seem to look okay, and they go like, I didn't know what to do. And sometimes it's valid, sometimes it's not. And so there is a very, very simple solution to this problem, which is this castles here, which allowed me to have a kindergarten level simple plan, attack the opponent on the king side. So I developed all my pieces and I got ready for the attack. Well, I mostly centralized my pieces first, but f4 was basically the first move that announced my intentions of and kill in the on the king's side. And although this part of the game somewhat quietened down, but because of the awkward position of the queen, I still got to carry out my attack on the king side and won a game rather easily. And would I have won this game if I had castled king side? Probably. But did I make it a lot easier for myself by castling here? Most definitely. Now I did get a few positive comments every now and then. I do get positive comments as well on the YouTube channel about this whole concept. And then a couple of days later, to my greatest pleasure, a student of mine sends me a message on Skype saying, dude, thank you so much for the video. It has changed some of the ways how I look at my games and what I should do. And look what just happened. And then he sends me a game that goes like this. My student is white. Check that out. Almost identical position to my game where I stood like this. And his is like this. And his opponent, for the record, 2043, you can't see because I covered out the names. I think I did. Yeah. Plays g6. Shocker. An absolute shocker of a move because nothing is threatened. So why are we defending? One of my... yeah, these things drive me mad when I see this. Like, why would you do that? But anyway, he's not my student, so I don't have to worry about that. For the record, c5 takes knight a6, seeking instant counterplay in the center seemed the only decent way to continue this action. But that was not what happened. He played g6, and here my student told me that had he not seen that video, he would have castled here instantly. But because of he had seen it, he went castles, and look at how beautifully easy and simple is the rest of the game. Look at it. b5, the opponent tries a counter attack, pawn sacrifice on b5, student pushes past, beauty. Beauty. When you have got a fantastic position, your greatest enemy is counterplay, no thank you. a5 makes absolutely no sense. I would like to highlight this to you that when two pawns are facing two in a pawn rush, as opposed to 3 versus 3, it's a very sterile situation. You can't damage the king here because anytime you push in, I push past. So it doesn't matter which one you push through, I push past. and we failed, as in black failed, to create enough weaknesses around my king. It's a different story with 3 versus 3, because when you push it in, I can't push past both of my pawns, so I have to engage and therefore allow files to open up. But here a5 is an absolutely futile effort to create counterplay on the other wing. Student plays h4, beauty. Knight e5 would have been good too. It's about to come. h5 takes, queen h6 mate. Once again, see how crazy it is just because we castled here. Imagine now our king being here. Like, are we better? Yeah. But then again, okay, h5 comes. Now g5 is gonna be the way to break the king side, so he plays knight e5. Perfect chess by white, by the way. I'm very proud of student here. g4, excellent. Look at the difference. My king, absolutely 100% safe. Nobody is anywhere near to it, and we are already ripping the opponent apart. Takes. Queen went back. Could have taken on d4, but after h5, it would have been game over anyway. The fastest win there. Queen takes, rook g1. Yeah, that looks like a knockout. He went back, h5, g5, h6. Queen d4. Now here my student could have won a free queen with bishop h7 and check, but I think, and I'm very proud of him for that, he wanted to go for mate. And good on him, so should he. Having said that, he unfortunately missed the fourth mate here with queen g7, which is a beautifully unique mate, which is why he would have missed it, because this is not an everyday mate setup. For the record, knight f6 would have been mate too. To his credit though, the move he played, knight e5, was equally good for a mate. Knight f6 would have been just as good. The idea is the same, shutting the queen's diagonal down, and queen g7 mate can't be stopped. If rook g8, then knight f7 mate. So he took the pawn, king b1, and the game was over. And basically, whilst I really wanted to send a message across with this, I can't really, because I already said what I wanted to say about this queenside castle concept. And I'm not trying to promote this like this is going to win you games easy, no worries. What it does offer to you is easier play, a freer type of position. Also know that anytime you castle kingside, you need to spend 2 more moves to bring your rooks to the game. Castles queenside always has the benefit of instantly bringing the rook into the game, right? So if I really want to take it to the next level, and I will try to do that, I will show you something that I come across an awful lot in my own and in my students' games when we play a structure like this. Yeah. Now, with a slight exaggeration, this is the point when I already know that I'm castling here. And most of my students very often play this position like this. Is it unsound? No. Once again, totally legit. This is a good way to play. But in my opinion, it's so much more fun to just do this. Get the bishop out somewhere, anywhere, really. Actually, knight e4 is already ready to go. But the point is the same nonetheless. Bishop out, castle here. Your rook is already on the file with the queen. Very unpleasant for black. Right, so let's see. Like f5, you already know you are winning when this happens. Back, c5 takes, bishop takes. I would play here bishop d2 followed by castles here in a heartbeat. The computer oh no. See, the computer is tossing up between the 2 castles. I would definitely do this. Hands down. Hands down, thank you very much. My rook is here. His king has been weakened. Bishop is gonna come here. I can play for rook g4 if I want to. I can play against the e6 pawn. No worries. Definitely the way to play. So once again, very simple stuff. I just want to castle here, attack the castle king here, bring the rook to the d, have easy life. This is one of the very few occasions when I sort of promote an idea that is not always the best in terms of, is that the most accurate, the best way to play the game, but it is a very practical and an awesome, fun way to play chess. What is not fun in chess if attacking the enemy king, right? Like, if I could, I would play every game in that spirit. Unfortunately, I can't. But when I have a choice, I definitely do that. And of course, they can choose to castle queenside themselves too, in which case we are going to face each other in terms of same side castling. But that's a little bit harder to pull off on black side. And also, yeah, there are issues there because of black is a little bit passive, and so to pull off a castle here is going to probably compromise the situation even more. So long story short, thank you very much for my student to send me that link to his game. Not that I didn't know because I'm stalking my students all the time, but anyway, um, that was awesome of him to recognize that my video has supported his chess and that he achieved a nice victory, which as you could see was almost identical in terms of what my game looked like versus what he's looking like. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this as well. And I have got another My Students Rock video coming up very soon. Hang in there, really awesome stuff to come. That's it for me now. And yes, please make sure that you tune back later in. Thank you very much. Bye.